was here, in quiet contemplation, that the light did call to me, to remind me that not only are we called to heal the pillar humpers and random BG heroes, but that we must also carry light and faith into that most hopeless and depraved form of WoW PvP, the epic battleground. And so I came as quickly as I could to enlist to help my noble Stormpike brothers and sisters reclaim their rightful heritage from those filthy Frostwolf heathens riding around on those mangy mongrels. Makes me fucking sick. I feel it's my obligation to warn you before you walk through this portal, family. You gotta adopt a whole new mindset you're gonna heal in here. There's no pillars to hump, and there's no way you could track all the cooldowns. You head into this world, it's dirty. The forces of light and destruction meet in a symphony of violence and mayhem. And some of these motherfuckers come in here crazy. I'm talking fresh 70s, queuing up. I saw a fella come in here the other day on an enhancement shaman, 72K. Ha! Ha! A fucking man. I'll show you a talent build I really like to run in Alterac Valley. Now, the first thing you'll notice is I grab the healing for consecration. Now, that's usually really hard to justify in PvP. So, PvPers rarely take these. But I actually love it thematically that my consecrate hurts my enemies and heals my allies. I love it. So, I try to justify it when I can. And Alterac Valley is the perfect time because there's many times that you're going to be fighting in a tower. And I'll give some examples of where you're going to really get a lot of value out of this ability. But if you've ever want to run it in PvP, AV's the time. You can get a lot of use out of this. In here, Beacon of Virtue. Anytime I'm running group content, I change Beacon. I grab Beacon of Virtue. I just love it. It works very well in group content. In a 40-man, it becomes almost unbearable to have to manage your Beacon the whole time. So, Beacon of Virtue, love it. I believe Melee Wings is uniquely suited for healing in towers very well. The healing between your Melee Wings and your Consecrate inside of a tower battle is just amazing. And I'll try to give you some good examples, but it's a lot of fun, and you can really support your allies. Couple that with some Divine Tolls and Glimmers. One talent point you can kind of move around if you're not a big fan of Blessing of Summer. All the rest of these, I think, are I pretty much leave them, but you can swap out to Rule of Law. Rule of Law is usually very nice in, say, like an Ashran or maybe even an Isle of Conquest. Any battle, like especially in epic battlegrounds where you're going to be in huge battles, but you can get like a lot of space. However, in Alterac Valley, you're fighting inside of towers or the terrain is kind of uneven. So a lot of times you're not able to use this to max effect. Also, one of the problems I have with using Rule of Law and Melee Wings is that no matter what, to get the most effect out of Melee Wings, I have to be within 30 yards for Judgment here, right? So even if I'm far away for the 10 seconds or 20 seconds total, if I have 2 charges, at some point, I'm going to have to come back into 30-yard range. So this is really great for reaching out and getting someone in a pinch or something like that, but I don't know that I ever care for it more than Blessing, because I love Blessing. But if you don't, you can get rid of that. A more defensive option is you could have come over here and grabbed Barrier. And of course, you could rearrange these so you could grab, a couple things. But I'm just showing you what I do. This is the setup that I tend to run. I like it, but you do you. The most important thing is down here in PvP talents. Okay, these two, Cleanse the Weak and Aura of Reckoning. If it's a 40-man, I always have these two. This ability, Cleanse the Weak, is probably one of the strongest PvP talents in the game. In 40-man content, I'm not sure there's a stronger one. This can remove a ton of shit off a ton of people very quickly. Now, you always have to be careful what you're clearing off, right? Because you can nuke yourself in a 40-man, grabbing a whole bunch of counter dispel effects off. You go grab a handful of UAs from 3 or 4 Warlocks, and you're going to be dead as fuck. But it's hard to overstate how powerful this ability is and how much it can change a team fight. This is a very, very powerful ability, and I wouldn't get rid of it at all, ever. especially in 40-man content. The more players involved in the encounter, the more powerful this ability becomes. This one here, Blessed Hands, is one that you can kind of play with, I suppose. I really like it more for the double freedoms than the bops. The bops are great. However, in 40-mans and with the prevalence of priests out there and shamans, very often your bops get purged very quickly. Now, you can remember with Echoing Blessings that target still takes 15% reduced damage. So not a complete waste of the bop. And there are times when the bop isn't cleared quickly enough, or there's not someone there to clear, that you get full use out of it. So I love bop, but what I really love this for is the freedoms, because freedom is, I think, so undervalued as a defensive, as an offensive. Freedom, especially in 40-mans, because there's so many slows and stuns and fears going out, that you being able to move faster or get someone else to move faster could really, you can kite out a lot of damage just with the freedom and then save your defensive for some other stuff. So freedoms are just amazing in every content, but I really like to have as many as I can get my hands on. So, Blessed Hands. Aura of Reckoning, if you're in a 40-man and you don't have this on, you're fucking wrong. Okay, you are going to get stacks of this shit so quick, and it's going to get you that Reckoning proc, and you're going to get back into melee wings so fast. You're going to be in melee wings all the time in group content, because you got to remember, you get a stack every time one of your allies within your aura rating, so within 40 yards, gets critically hit with something, you get a stack. Well, if there's 40 motherfuckers getting hit, this adds up real quick. So this is going to be huge. And it's, I always run this one. And again, melee wings and tower healing, you're going to see, I'll show it to you. It's just so much fun to get in there and tear it up. You're going to love it. If it's been a while since you stepped into Alterac Valley, or you've never just had it explained to you, you've always been a little confused about what the fuck's going on, I'll give you a brief overview. Basically, each team spawns in their appropriate cave. Up here, the Noble Alliance. Down here, the Heathen Horde. And they both start with 700 reinforcements. Each team also has a keep, where they also have a general. There's two ways you can win. You can either kill the enemy team's general, or you can delete all their 700 tickets. Now, with those two objectives in mind, let's take a look at the other objectives that come into play trying to accomplish one of those two goals. So the first thing here is graveyards, right? And graveyards are just simply spawn points. And what they do, capturing these graveyards from your opponents, allow you to spawn closer and closer to your opponent's keep, which allows you to push harder and harder towards their general and or the last of their towers. Speaking of towers, that's the other objective. Now, towers have two parts. The first part is if you destroy a tower, it takes away some reinforcements from the enemy team. I think it's 75. It's either 75 or 100, but I think it's 75. The second thing that removing a bunker does is it removes a war marshal so that it becomes easier to kill the final boss. These are war marshals, and you'll see one right there that disappeared. That's because one of the towers was destroyed. And so each time you kill a tower, you remove a marshal. And that's very important because remember, these marshals give the commander 75% increased damage and health. So if all four of them are up, it's very hard to kill him and all those marshals with all the damage going out. On top of war marshals and generals, each team has a commander. Okay, the Alliance commander is in here in Stonehearth Outpost, and the Horde commander is in here in Iceblood Garrison. And these commanders will periodically give out a 20% health buff to their team throughout the match. Both of these commanders can also be killed, and if they are killed, they cost the other team 100 reinforcements. So they're objectives in play. And if you're needing to knock down 100 reinforcements real quick to win the game, and the commander's still up, there's your game winner right there. Along with the team objectives that you're trying to take from the other team, there are also some neutral objectives, the mines and this one graveyard. Now, there's a lot of debate whether this graveyard's even worth taking, and boy, you're going to hear about it when it does get taken. So I'll let you enjoy all that. But the mines, these are kind of interesting because What they do is if you control the mine, and the way you take control of a mine, if you want to capture a mine for your faction, all you have to do is like come up here to this neutral mine. The Horde control this one, but this one hasn't been taken yet. So it says Trog controlled. So there's Trogs in here. And you'll basically just ride through here. This stuff has hardly any health. And you just ride through here. And you kill this guy. Right? And then that right there, that does it. So see, now when I look up here, it's blue. Alliance controlled. And when your faction controls it, you'll have an NPC in here that you have to protect. And see, it changes all the guards. It's just kind of funny because, like, see how the Trogs are sitting here fighting the humans? And then sometimes, like, a Horde rogue will take it over. And then you'll come in here and there'll be, like, orcs and Trogs and miners fighting all over the goddamn place. It's great. What taking over that mine does is it begins to spawn for you. I think every 30 or 45 seconds, it gives you a reinforcement. Now, that's really not that much, and these should probably be buffed a little bit. However, in tight games, and you'll have a few, these can actually determine the outcome, especially if one team controls both of them, because then it's kind of a significant buff in a very tight game. So 99 times out of 100, the game's just going to be decided by whoever basically destroyed 2 towers first and then piled into the boss's room. However, if it's a really close, drawn-out turtle, and you'll get those, the mines can really come into play at times. All right. Here we go. Now, always want to make sure we got our Crusader aura on and we're pushing the group. I can fall back a little bit to make sure everybody's got it. Some people will slow out the gate. Somebody's got to help them too. And there's 2 options. Now, this match, I'll do the standard, what I call the standard AV opener. And so the goal initially is just to get up in these towers, take them over, clear out any hordes in there, and hold them for 4 minutes to burn down. And then as we burn them down, we just keep moving down. Okay, this is kind of the offensive side of it. Now look. You see what I'm talking about when I'm talking to you guys about all that consecrate healing? Look at how stacked up everything is here. It's hard to see with all this. Look how everyone is stacked in here. And this actually isn't even that stacked. So now we just wait here for the tower to get destroyed. And it can be a lot of fun if there's some resistance. And you just gotta look at this. Oh my God! It's gonna burn, hordes! It's gonna burn, motherfuckers! Oh, God, family! Oh, I can't even... But this is kind of the shit part of AV. As you can see, our team just ran past the Horde team, and it's basically just a race to kill the boss. Which turns this entire fucking battleground into a giant PvE race. Which sucks. But this is what most people want you to do. Ooh, a tabard and a Lightbringer. Looking good, sexy. Look at this Mog. Woo. Give them a cheer. God, I love the smell of a Horde tower burning in the morning. Might as well be one of those fancy fucking candles. And that's it. And see, that's the problem. Is that I just won an epic battleground and I didn't touch another player. So the first one I showed you is what everybody typically does, right? Everybody just rides together, gets in a tower, burns it down, and then heads to the boss, and it's just a big PvE snooze fest, okay? But when I clicked on that PvP button, I fucking meant it. So I'm here for the player versus player. Let me show you something else you could do. Let's PvP at SHB, right? And I just put that out there. And I clear it right there, and I'm done. I just let people know that that's where Big Oklahoma is, because you have to understand, both teams are just going to pour out towards the other team's base and try to avoid each other for the most part on a giant race to see who can be the most dishonorable. Big Oklahoma's going right fucking here. This is my home, Stonehearth Bunker, because I'm not giving one fucking tower up without a goddamn fight. I don't care if I'm the only one there fighting. And here we are, arriving faithfully at our Stonehearth bunker. Alas, I am alone again. But I care not. I fall back on defense. Let's see how many hordes. Commander. Showing up for duty. Oh, look. Hardly any of them. Ugh! I did what I could in the name of the light. And that's going to happen. Sometimes people don't come to help you. I don't give a shit. My pennant. Very good. You know, another toy I really like to use sometimes. Let's see. Watch this one. It's the Mirror of Envious Dreams. It gives you a different team. Look at that. Yeah. That's fucking awesome. Look at my guy. Hell yeah. So, that's a fun toy if you're a paladin. Please don't ask me down in the comments, where do you get it? What am I, fucking wowhead? Look it up. Oh, look, we got some friends coming. A hunter. God, it's always the hunters that want a PvP. I fucking love hunters. They get a lot of shit. I love you, hunters. I think you guys are fucking great. It's always the hunters that come. Hell yeah, we held it. Look at that. God, I love this game. Not my little 128k. Nah, I got you. See, that's why I'm not impressed with all those people keeping up those 2.8k DPS, right? I'm out here keeping up all one shot. Oh shit, this is a battle up here. Where's my guy? Oh. Keeping the hunter up. Okay, keep that warrior going. See how he's slowed there? Really want to get them. Going to put that sack out on him. Keep him out. I got you, warrior. We're fine. You know what? We're a little less. I'm going to go ahead and pop. Okay, there's my... See, look at that reckoning proc up. That's what I needed. I'm backing up when I need to be going in. There we go. It's okay. Let's get this. My man here handled. You're good. Beacon out. Just using our cooldown. Let's go. Got my autumn on me because I want my cooldowns off. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go this way. Come on. Here we go. Do we take it back? Oh! No. It's okay. It's okay, healer. It's okay. So this is where watch. This is where that consecrate heal is just so nice. You can put that down. Nice. He tried. Good job, Hordy. I got respect for that rogue. Okay, how we doing out here, my warrior people? I got you. Give that warrior freedom. They love that shit. They love that shit. Oh, that feels right. That feels right. Stonehearth bunker. Back in Alliance hands. I'll be goddamned if you filthy mongrels are going to burn my bunker. A very important tradition to remember is the flight of the angels, as I call it, right here. This just really is going to get your team in a good mindset. They see the effort, they see the excitement, and the flags waving. It just, look at them, gets them all excited. Jesus, look what it does to them. They get all stirred up. It's good for them. Let's get our aura right? Let's get our aura right. Gonna go ahead and get my blessing of spring on me. That's gonna get my man here. Keep my Trini up. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop aura mastery. Got my, oh. Got this rogue on me. I'm out of this. Where's Trini? Where's Trini? Trying to keep my guy up. Gonna get a sack. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Blind everything. Sack him. I was a little late on that sack. Shit. I missed on my buttons. Getting massive heal. Bubble on myself. I'm trying, family. Oh, God. Come on. Stay alive. I got you, stud. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. I should cleanse Trini, but I can't because I'm just so fucking... I got much else. What else I got? Oh, I'm down. That's what I'm trying to show you, family. This is the blue collar healing. Leave all that pillar humping shit to the Twitchies with their special little numbers and their special little mounts to show how fucking special they are. Ain't none of that shit out here. There's no rating to chase. No special titles. It's just 2 o'clock in the morning. And all we've got's pride and work in about 4 to 6 hours. But all we know, Mama didn't raise a bitch. This lone soul comes with me to honor the Lord of Light. Look at this brave champion. Oh, I don't love this motherfucker? That's right. Us, we're here, Commander Randolph, to serve as always. And that's going to happen a lot. You're going to fail because you're going to get overwhelmed. The important thing is that we delayed them, right? We delayed them from taking our objectives as long as possible. We're not going to stop them completely, and that's really not the goal. We only want to cause enough of a delay so that our team basically wins first. Go ahead, hit me, champ. It don't matter to the big guy. Oh, look at us up here defending on the edge of the Alterac Valley, my ass. You might as well call this Brokeback Mountain. Look at me and my people up here sharing the love with these fellas. I don't love these guys. Keep fighting the champions. Vandy, not my Vandy. So what's happened now is a very precarious event because for some of us, it's a miracle. And for the other half of the community, it's a nightmare. So for those people who just want to come in here and farm honor as quickly as possible, this breaking down into a big turtle in the field of strife is a disaster. But for the junkies like me, this is an absolute miracle. I see you, big guy. And I'm going to be out here healing. I love it when the fields of strife live up to their name. That's when I start having a good time. And now we're pushing. Now, the key thing to manage while you're pushing is when you get moments of dull time like this, it's kind of tempting to be but when it's not super heavy and the healing's pretty manageable, that's a great time to go ahead and grab some mana because you will actually find yourself in these longer, because of how much healing you're having to put out, you will find yourself going a little at times, which is fine. Then you can fall back down, but I like to do it because you really want to be able to heal. Let's just get my boy out of that. There you go, handsome. You're back in the fight. Now, when you have the lucky chance to get in these tight games like this, remember those mines that only add a reinforcement point or two. I think they only add like one reinforcement point every 30 or 45 seconds. So it's not much, but when you're down here fighting over 1 or 2 reinforcements, by the end of the game, it can add up. So that's something to be aware of. Come on, my brother. I will not leave a fellow brother of the light behind. Come on, Naren. Oh, no, brother. No. Oh, this is such a good game. Good job, Hordes. It's boring work, but one of the most important things you can be doing is defending these towers after they're taken. It's very tempting to run off, but the Horde can just come back and retake them. And remember, it's 4 minutes before they're burning. So you have to stay and defend them as much as possible. But I'm lucky to have some good friends here with me. Prepare for glory. That I can't type. Here we go. Oh, family. It's about to get real. Holy locked. Okay, well now I'm kicked though, right? So. Okay, just pace yourself. Put it out. There's a Horrify. Just get the judge heals out every time you can. Cleanse that fear off that boomy. I got a lot of shit on me. Throwing up this judge shield. Gonna go ahead and pop my wall. Put beacon out. Healing into my beacon. Judgment heal again. Just get it out. Okay, it stands. Look at that. It stands, family. Now we're up here. Now this is a good place to get because I can... Oh, well, I got pulled down. Talking shit. Good job at SHB. So they're asking for more heals up north. So one of the things you can do is you can come to your toy box, and if you can find this Storm Pike insignia, it'll actually hearth you up north. Watch this. And then we're going to go up there and help our allies get the situation up there squared away. Now, typically when... Okay, whoa, right there. I got you. And that's it. That's why I love the PvP at SHB. I got to tell you, every time I use this strategy, when I was making this, I went 5-0. There's something about having enough of a delaying action that if one side doesn't, it's a huge advantage. However, it is also very likely that you could turn it into a giant turtle, and I've done that a few times, and boy, did I catch fucking hell for that. So be careful, because if you kill all these people here, they spawn back here, and then they take back over their side of the map, and then it turns into something awesome. I'm always dreaming that Blizzard will dedicate some real development time to these epic battlegrounds, because they're just my favorite form of PvP by a mile. I mean, I love randoms and epics. And, I mean, I'm fine with pillar humping. It's great, and I try to do it as best I can, and I think it's really impressive. And look, if you take the best pillar humpers and put them in randoms and epics, they're going to be the best players in there, too. They're just going to be the best players. They're just awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just I don't prefer that game mode. That's all, and the style. I like to work in a big group. I want to be a paladin in a group of heroes helping my buddies fight shit. And I fucking love it in epic battlegrounds. So I'm always hopeful that Blizzard's going to dedicate some time to us, but we just never seem to get it. But again, I'm hoping with the AWS viewership numbers that might change a little bit, and they'll start to realize that, you know, there's a lot of money to be made by developing the PvP side of your game. Because it's my favorite side, and most certainly the epic battlegrounds. An interesting prediction that I would make here is, I made a video in which I said, of course, that Solo Shuffle was going to destroy rated 3v3. And I put that video out. It's called Solo Shuffle versus 3v3. If you want to look into, I go into detail on why I thought that was going to be the case. And that's panned out to be absolutely fucking true. And I wasn't the only one that said that. That wasn't some genius prophecy by me. There was plenty of people that knew that was coming. There was obviously a lot of people that didn't, and they're a little chafed about it. But I said Solo Shuffle was going to fucking wreck Arena, and it has. I would put my chips on the table, and I would say that if they would make a way to queue into ranked battlegrounds the same way that they made a Solo Shuffle, if they will make a Solo Shuffle type of bracket for battlegrounds and epic battlegrounds where you can get your conquest cap and fill your vault through those game modes, it will, not only will it be hugely fucking successful, but it will be wildly more fucking successful than pillar humping. Yeah, I don't think that everybody is super into it. Now, I love Arena. I really like it, and I've enjoyed trying to get better at it. But I don't like it more than I like randoms and epics. So I think the best thing moving forward is they've got huge success with Solo Shuffle. But come on, Blizz. Give us a little something over here in the epics when you get some time. I know you got reworks going on, and I love everything Blizzard's doing right now. They're very active. There's a lot of patches going. Not agreeing. I don't know how Disc Priest got through, but they did. And honestly, any healer and that can get some love and shine a little bit in this fucking meta, hats off to you. So congratulations, Disc. But anyway, I better get some sleep now, family. But as always, thanks for watching. Oklahoma out.